Hey everybody, welcome back to CALLOUS Invitational 7 Round 1 action. Highlight pairing here between pretty opposite players. Just about the only thing they have in common is that they're both among the best players at the top of the game right now. But beyond that, some stark differences. 15-year age gap here, 15-year-old against 30-year-old. South American player against European player who's been in the game for 2-3-ish years versus someone who's been playing for like 20. Very offensive leaning player versus very stall leaning player. A battle of opposites, but they're both really, really good. Shitrock Enjoyer, that's Fruhdazi against M-Dragon. Highlight pairing, here we go. Fruhdazi, Shitrock Enjoyer on the bottom, M-Dragon on the top. They both have a T-Tar, and it's interesting that he opts for an Earthquake here. Usually, when it's tar on tar, one of them will switch out to Skarm or to a bulky water. Meta doesn't have lefties, and apparently neither does Swampert, so we might be looking at an Endeavor or not. He's going to go for Earthquake, but not lefties. That's not Endeavor Let's find out. Here comes Spikes, and here comes Tyranitar. Rock Slide. Ooh, that looks like CB damage. And there is a flinch. Rock Slide would kill probably from this HP, but he could click Protect. Here comes Swampert. And there's Rock Slide again. Assuming that it is locked on Choice Band, he's going to have to get out of the way. Here comes Gyarados. Intimidate. But not blanking any Q. Hydro Pump is going to connect. And Gyre also doesn't have lefties? What the fuck are we looking at here? Hidden Power, that is HP, it's got to be Flying, not Rock. Feels like too much for HP Flying. Is this also Choice Banded? Are we double or even triple Choice Band here? The fuck is this team? Here comes T-Tar. Yeah, I think that's HP Flying with a band, but like... God, how many Choice Banders can you pack into one team? I think at least 3 of these Mons are banded. I guess we'll never know with the meta, but it didn't have lefties, but down it goes to Earthquake. Fruhdazi clearly ahead at this moment. Mons advantage, Spikes advantage, health advantage. Not much to say about M-Dragon at the moment. Well, he does catch up with Rock Slide, killing the Skarm. Brings us to a 5-5. Celebi in now. Against the Swampert that might be Choice Banded and locked on Rock Slide? I don't know. Giga Drain there coming down on a Snorlax, which doesn't have lefties either. And it booms into Gengar. Good stuff all around. We've got a mono Choice Band team, which to begin with is pretty questionable. And we're booming into Gengar. Well, avoiding Will-O-Wisp and getting a CB Rock Slide off makes it interesting. 4-4. But still, what is this team for Dragon? And also, if it's Last Poke Magneton, which this team could definitely use, I'm going to at least give them credit that that won't have a Choice Band. Right? Yeah. Here's T-Tar. And Earthquake. I mean, hey, Dragon's making it interesting for what I certainly perceive to be a pretty damn gimmicky team. Dragon's making it interesting, but I have a hard time thinking this really, truly is going to get it done. Swampert comes in and gets Giga Drained out. And we're back to T-Tar against something that we know has Giga Drain. Desperate times. Here comes Rachi last for Fruhdazi. And Hidden Power there. Presumably Bug, presumably aimed at Celebi. Decent chunk on Rachi, but nowhere near enough to kill. And it is Choice Bander number 6, Aerodactyl. 6 Choice Banders from Dragon. Wild. And Earthquake, Ice Punch, respectively. That leaves only the T-Tar and the Gyarados. Don't know what the CB move you lock on here is that's going to get it done. M-Dragon decides on HP Bug. And here comes Celebi again, but it's just going to outspeed and Giga Drain, isn't it? Yep. Crit didn't matter. And 17% Gyra, not going to get it done. Not against a 99% Pert in the back. As it turns out, Celebi's simply faster anyway. Giga Drain will do the trick. And game 1 to Fruhdazi, but like, what did I just watch? 6 Choice Banders for M-Dragon. I'm surprised. I don't know him to be a gimmicky player or a player who takes tour games in general, including this tour certainly, not seriously. I'm surprised. I really am. It's very unusual for him. He must really, really be pressed for time this week or having some kind of problem in real life. I have a hard time with how long that I've known him, thinking that this is what he would load up if he had enough time and gave a fuck about winning, that this is what he would bring. I don't know, man. Very weird, and it certainly makes me a bit concerned about game 2, but Fruhdazi sure doesn't mind. Let's see if M-Dragon reverses course and brings something a lot more standard and stally and TSS-y, which is his bread and butter, or if we are in for some other shocking gimmick in game 2. Fruhdazi on the bottom, Dragon on the top again. Suicune against Titar. 6 Choice Banders again. Calm Mind. And that might be Choice Band Rock Slide again. Back to Rachi now. Show me lefties, please. Alright, Jirachi has leftovers. That's a good sign. Here comes Substitute. And Wish, respectively. Calm Mind coming down, and Body Slam, not even popping the sub. Really, the Suicune could become an issue if it hasn't already for M-Dragon. But the Rachi obviously very tanky to not even take half from a +2 Surf. Body Slam pops the sub now, and he can't safely remake another one because he would kill himself with sand. So Rachi is going to have a 60-40 para opportunity. But that luck, even though it does slightly favor M-Dragon, does not come his way. And now the Jirachi's down to the follow-up Surf. Zapdos going to be the play for Dragon. Thunderbolt obviously does kill from that HP, even with the 2 boosts. And Fruhdazi's going to opt to let it go. So we've got ourselves a 5-5, and finally on turn 9, Fruhdazi shows a second poke. And it ends up being his favorite poke, Celebi. Thunder Wave coming down. And it's going to be met with a Leech Seed, which is going to connect through Imperfect Accuracy and Paralysis. Zapdos now, if it Baton passes, will take the Leech Seed with it. So he's going to just switch, and he ends up going to Tar. And we don't know what the Celebi wanted to do. Full Para kicks in. Natural Cure. Here comes Skarm. Earthquake. Not sure what that was predicting, but neither Celebi nor Skarmory would care about that. And out he goes. Here comes Gengar. Spike's Lair number 1 comes down. Dragon has not yet shown a Rapid Spinner. Doesn't mean he doesn't have one, but so far hasn't shown it. Celebi returns. Thunderbolt aimed at Skarm. Going to do a lot less against Celebi, but he does pick up a 10% para. Shouldn't be a huge deal against the Natural Cure Mon, but it may discourage Celebi from staying in. Here comes Dugtrio trying to catch Celebi. Not even close. Blind Giga Drain there, probably thinking T-Tar would come in, but it works out all the same, catches Dugtrio instead, and with the help of the spikes, he eats the Dugtrio, And now M-Dragon is definitely behind again, both down a poke and dealing with the one layer of spikes. Rock Slide there, like I said. Tower, I think, is Choice Banded to be doing that amount of damage. Rock Slide, unfortunately, is going to miss for him now. Or perhaps fortunately, because counter from Skarm, which is not a thing, would have killed the T-Tar there had Rock Slide connected and not flinched. So weird turn, but Rock Slide and Hidden Power now coming down. HP Steel or Ground. I don't know what this Skarm set is, but Rock Slide can't hit a damn thing. He misses 2 out of 3 of those, eating yet another Hidden Power in the process. And finally, this one hits again, so the Skarm goes down. So a brief tie game at 4-4, but it feels like Fruhdazi well out in front at this moment with both the very weak T-Tar and the spike down. T-Tar goes down to make it an official lead for Fruhdazi, 4-3. Last still not shown for Dragon, but here comes the Gengar. See if the Celebi has Psychic here. Ice Punch. Bulky B takes only about a third. And it has Psychic as well for the one-hit KO with the help of the Sand. Not the right Gengar spread for this situation. 2 pokes left for Dragon. Still doesn't want to show the last. Best thing he could do is Thunderbolt. Not sure if that's going to get it done. Fruhdazi not wasting time leech seeding. He's just going to click Psychic. Next one will take Zapdos out if it comes. Gonna fish for full para via Thunder Wave. No such luck. Psychic plus Sand, good enough. Last poke for Dragon, or he loses the match. What does he have for the comeback here? He apparently has nothing. He just concedes. Doesn't even want to show the last poke. Man, I'm not quite sure what I just watched. I'm not quite sure what this match actually was, but what had potential to be one of the very best pairings of the round actually ended up being pretty one-sided, pretty disappointing. This was actually a stomp. Fruhdazi all over M-Dragon, and, you know, as much as I want to give Fruhdazi credit, and as much as he deserves credit in general, I can't help but think that this was not M-Dragon at his best, that this was not his best and strongest performance. Something going on, and he even says in the chat that he had no time this week. As much as that sounds like an excuse after getting crushed, in this case, given the way that he played and given the Game 1 team that he brought, I think he's telling the truth. I think he must have really, really been busy or had something going on in real life this week in order to have this performance. He's definitely better than this, and this is not representative of what M-Dragon is and has been for a lot of years, but this is clearly not his round, and he is going to be squarely defeated by a Fruhdazi who came to play and knocked into the lower bracket. Man. Yeah. That, not what I expected, and not what I think most of us expected. But the result here is going to stand. No reason it wouldn't. 2-0 Fruhdazi over M-Dragon. And I will see you guys in the next video.